Daybreak. It's a pretty interesting map. And let me actually prepare for the casting setup, because I'm using special hotkeys when I'm casting. So okay. Now I hope you guys are ready. We are going to start with Servyoa and StuntR on GSL Daybreak. And welcome guys, as I've said, Servyoa versus StuntR on Daybreak. We have Servyoa spawning on the bottom left corner, and on the top right corner we have StuntR. Let me actually add the overlay real fast, because sometimes it explicit deletes it. So StuntR is a member of the team NF team, and if I remember correctly, it stands for a New Future team. If I remember correctly, at least when the qualifiers happened, Hungary had two players in Grandmaster, StuntR and Breach. Purple was also very good, but he was High Masters only. And both players actually played in the qualifiers, and StuntR met Breach right on the first round. And StuntR, to be honest, kind of rolled over Breach, unfortunately, but we had some really interesting plays. Then also the final on the Hungarian qualifiers was pretty nice between StuntR and Purple. If you have time, you can check it out. You can see the VODs on the webpage. Now StuntR, he won the qualifiers for Holland and Belgium. Servyoa, I mean. Did I say StuntR again? I'm not sure. Anyway, it was somehow easy for him, because not too many Poyo didn't have time to register, and Orly, the Belgium player, Zerg player, didn't have time to register and play. So that's why. Well, I'm not saying that it was Servyoa didn't deserve to be in the league, of course, but it was somehow easy for him. Now on this map, depends on how you take it. It can be easy to take your expansion. As you can see, StuntR went directly for the fast hatchery. You can put a spine crawler down, and if you wall with an evolution chamber over here and protect yourself with a queen over here, you can stop Hellions with no big problems. It's not like like a natural that you see on Selnaga Caverns or on Metalopolis. Now we see that StuntR went for a fast hatchery, then he added a spawning pool, and after that he added an extractor. As you can see, Servyoa sees everything right now with the scouting SCV. And Servyoa, since I know that he's a guy that likes to play with expansions, he already has his command center on the way, but he just started to mine gas. This is how it usually goes. You don't build a refinery. The normal opening for a Terran is supply barrack when the barrack finished, or actually supply barrack when the barrack is after the barrack you put down as SCV, and when you have 75 minerals you put down a refinery. Depends on what you want actually to do. But this is another opening where you don't get gas, and after you place down the command center you get the two refineries immediately, and you will have enough gas. As you can see, he's adding a factory already. He has the orbital command on the way from his expansion, and oh, the Zerling almost managed to get in, but he wouldn't be too successful because there was another marine popping out. We have a reactor building right now on the barracks. That means that Servyoa will actually swap the factory with the barrack, and he will start to get at least 4 Hellions for map control and harass StuntR a bit. As you can see, StuntR is already preparing for some Hellions. He didn't add the spine crawler, but he added a macro hatchery pretty early on, and behind this he is running up. So nice job by by StuntR. As you can see, the factory just landed. We will see immediately 2 Hellions in production, and Servyoa is already mining from this. Let me see what exactly StuntR sits. There, StuntR saw the expansion. He saw the orbital command, and he knows that he won't have too many problems. But Servyoa is doing a build that I haven't seen in some time, at least in this form. Getting some Hellions, and as you know, the follow-up for the Hellions is actually a Banshee. So he is keeping it real, keeping it classic. However, he's not doing it to 1 base, he's doing it 2 base. And let's see how StuntR will protect from it. He added a spine crawler just to be safe. You don't want to add a spine crawler too early. You want to add it right on time, of course. And when you first look, we saw that the StuntR was defending with the 2 queens. Right now he still has 2 queens on the low ground, but he also added a spine crawler just to be safe, because the Terran players can actually do a round by with Blue Flame Hellions and just round by with 6, 8 or then. We saw it in the game between Jimpo and Star Eagle versus Fish Lips. So we have 6 Hellions right now that are going up to the ramp. Let's see if he's going to do a round by. I don't think he can. As you can see, we have 2 evolution chambers down already, and Queen is already on hold position, doing a wall over here. But the Hellions still do damage, so StuntR still needs to be a bit careful. And oh, he managed to get the creep and the larva, some larva actually. And we have a cancel on one of the evolution chambers. I think StuntR thought, yeah, I don't need it right now. He can't pass by. And let's check down the drone count. We have 44 SCVs versus 43 drones. We have 16 Zerlings on the way. Oh, never mind. That's why he cancelled, because he has 2 evolution chambers in his main base. He's also adding an infestation pit, and he also has a roach warren, and he's researching roach speed right now. And of course we have 5 roaches on the way just to defend a bit versus the Hellions. We also see that Servyoa is building an engineering bay over here. Oh my god, he didn't. Normally you stop at about 99%. You don't want for it to complete, because you want to let the Zerg to hit it a bit, hit it, and when the engineering bay will have almost no hit points, you cancel. So right now this engineering bay will surely be destroyed, and the mariners will be lost. But we see that the Banshee is actually working on the roaches. Let's see if he will at least kill 1. Yes, 1 he will kill for sure. As you can see, the roaches are right now hitting the engineering bay. We also have some Zerlings over here and the roaches are still only 3 right now. And we also have an overseer that's going to scout, but no, he also got into the range of the missile turret, but he saw kind of everything. We also have +1 on the way for Servyoa, and besides that, a nice wall with supply depots. Now we see that pathogen gland is on the way, and of course +1 melee, +2 melee, and +2 carapace. So he will play an infestor ling style, but and with that, because he has the infestation pit, he can easily upgrade to an hive pretty early on. Now let's see if he's going to do that. But I like that he's not delaying his upgrades at all. So 2-2, it's going to be pretty okay. He also got, as you saw, the few roaches just to deal a bit with the Hellions and tank. But I'm not sure what he can do right now, because there are four tanks right now, and we also have a drop because Servyoa has medic vacs, so it's going to be even harder to deal with this. But Servyoa is not careful, and StuntR needs to focus fire on this medic vac. Medic vac killed the queen, and right now the Zerlings come in to deal with the drop, but we have a steam, and right now Servyoa is retreating. The tanks are doing a contain right now, and yeah, we also have a bench over here that's doing more harassment. 6 kill on this bench. I think it's still the bench that was. Oh, the bench died. It was the first or the second bench that came and killed that roaches that we saw. So another drop by Servyoa, but the Zerlings are already there and he picks them up immediately. So Marines are closely moving together. He needs to be careful because of those infestors. A fungal on those Marines, 2 fungals on those Marines, and the Marines will easily die. We also have a missile turret over here. However, StuntR did not choose to go on the Mutalist path. It's kind of hard to deal with the tanks anyway, because even if you have Mutas, let's see some Marines move forward a bit, and Servyoa is going for it. The Zerlings are swarming in. I don't see any any fungals. Finally a fungal and the infested Terrans. But the tanks did huge damage. Look, oh my! I don't think. Oh, I don't think StuntR saw those tanks. Ouch! 4 tanks. I was kind of thinking, why the Zerlings are dying so easily to 2 tanks, and then I saw this beauty. Supply depots over here in order to stop the tanks, the Zerlings to surround the tanks. Oh my god! StuntR spotted this drop, and I think he's going for a counter attack with the Zerlings. Let's see if yeah, we have a tank already over here. But I was talking about the Mutas. Even with Mutas, it's kind of hard to snipe tanks because the Zerg always leaves a couple of Marines with each tank, so you will have some losses. Servyoa was careful enough to bring to rise the supply depots, but with those Marines also with 1-1 upgrades. But let's not forget that the Zerlings are 2-2. The Zerlings won this fight, but they cannot engage right now and do anything over here. In the meantime, Servyoa is expanding. He's opening this command center into a planetary fortress, and this refinery will die maybe to this Zerling. Good boy, good boy! But he died. Oh. We also have another try to harass, but the tanks are still alive, even with the friendly fire. Even with I don't think the infested Terrans actually managed to do any damage. So StuntR still has problems. He will go again with the Zerlings, but still nothing changed. The tanks are the same, and yeah, 1 tank. Let's see, at least we will manage to kill another one. So only those 4 are alive. But yeah, there's a good game. So straightforward game. Servyoa did what the Zergs hate most. And we will go immediately into the game number 2 that's going to happen on Xel'Naga Caverns. Ouch! It's going to be classic. On a classic map that some people say it's OP, and to be honest, it's kind of wah. It's also the last time I'm going to keep this map into the map full. So yeah, stay tuned. So guys, I hope you are ready for the second game between StuntR and Servyoa. As you see, Servyoa is from Holland. He has 23 years, and he eliminated Abyssal Caverns, while StuntR eliminated Shattered Temple, and he has 22 years. He is 22 years old. So we will go right into the second game. 1-0 for Servyoa. So welcome to the second game. We have Servyoa spawning on the top right corner, and on the bottom left corner we have StuntR. What did I think of this MLG? Well, it was okay, it was interesting. I've liked how Nani played, and we also had the best ZVZ I've seen between Linok and DRG, depending on how you call it. I think he was the one, but I haven't seen all the games. So now what can StuntR do on this map? He will grow maybe for a fast expansion, but after that I have no idea what he will do exactly. And Servyoa will also probably play the same style of play, because I know that he likes to play with an expansion. Now it's going to matter a lot if StuntR decides to attack, to harass, because he is playing the passive way. So no idea what he will do. 8 PM with the new stats. StuntR somehow seems that he's spamming harder. Now we see that StuntR scouted with the drone, and Servyoa is scouting after the first barrack. He's upgrading to an orbital command, and because he didn't took any gas, that means he will build a command center right now, and he is building it on the high ground. On this map it's not that safe to build it on the low ground, because you can easily get some Zerlings over here, and you are going to be forced to lift it up or even cancel it. That's worse. So as you can see, StuntR this time is going for a fast speedlings build with a hatchery behind this, of course. So he is I think the opening was hatchery, then gas, then spawning pool. In the last game, if you remember, he opened with hatchery, spawning pool, and lately when the spawning pool was almost finished, he got the extractor. And right now he actually has the moment the spawning pool finished, he had the speed, the gas to research the metabolical boost, and he's not mining gas anymore. Now we also have an SCV that kind of avoided the Zerlings. That was his target, to avoid the Zerlings over here. That's why he went on this side, and he saw the expansion. And he will also go inside the base, and he won't see too much right now, but he will see that StuntR is not mining gas anymore, and he will probably, I think the only way that the only thing that he can think right now is like, okay, he's not going banelings, at least not now. So that's a thing you can cross off the list. Now here that Servyoa is already frying the orbital command, and we have a bunker on the low ground, and of course he's going for the factory with the Hellions. He's building a tech lab on the barrack, and we also have the starport. So, and he's also mining from the two refineries. So it's exactly the last the build that we saw in the last game. Let's see how this time how it will work. Moving the ACVs to the new expansion, and with the Hellions he will take map control. We also have a macro hatchery from StuntR, so StuntR is kind of doing the same thing. He also added the Roach Warren, and let's hope that he it will not turn out like the last game. So yeah, 4 Hellions are going to come over here and try to do some harassment. The thing is that he can go behind the mineral line. This is why it's harder to defend your expansion over here. Oh, and he managed to pick up a creep tumor. And even if you can't harass and kill the drones with the Hellions, always keep the Hellions around this area where the edge of the creep is, because you know that the Zerg loves to spread his creep. So if let's say if this was a creep tumor with an active tumor, if you would have placed it over here, of course the creep will just instantly die, and this will stop the Zerg to spread his creep. And you know that the Zerg always, I've said that before, but you want to have as much creep as possible. Now we also have a couple of Zerlings, and maybe StuntR will try to be more aggressive on this game. He can be more aggressive. Oh, nice. We have Banelings. But Banelings versus so many Hellions with a small kiting. Not sure exactly what Servyoa can do. We will have a tank on the way, but no siege tech yet. So more roaches right now. Servyoa is trying to do something, and I hear this Banshee that already did 4 kills. Not exactly what, not sure what he killed exactly, but let's see. The Bangs are moving forward. What will Servyoa do? How he will defend? We have a couple of Banelings, on the supply depots and with the roaches, and the ACVs are repairing the bunker as fast as possible, and the bunker is still alive. Oh my god. But more Zerlings and more Banelings are swarming right now, but not sure if StuntR can do anything right now. The bunker fell down finally, but StuntR is forced to retreat right when the bunker finished. When the bunker got destroyed. Anyway, the Banshee right now 11 kills. Of course he also killed a lot of Zerlings, but the Banshee is also doing a pretty good job over here. And right now the siege tank is done, and you won't be able to harass with the Banelings. And we see that StuntR is already destroying the rocks for the gold location. He will need to take the third, because he didn't manage to do too much damage with this push, and since they are equal with the number of the bases, StuntR needs to take that expansion, and he will probably also destroy these destructible rocks. Harassing again with that Banshee. He has 2 queens over here, but he kind of forgot to inject on this location. No cloak. Servyoa is playing with the Banshee without cloak. You can still do a lot of damage, however, usually by this time you have Mutas out. However, we see that StuntR got his lair pretty late. It finished in minute 11, and still not sure what his lair tech choice is. He's researching roach speed, and I don't see any infestation pit or a spire, because he invested into upgrades right now. He is researching +1 melee, +1 carapace, and as you see, he is getting the hatchery at the goal location. We also have a Zerling that got spotted by this engineering base. It was a scouting Zerling, and Servyoa is preparing to do a drop, and because StuntR has no mutas, Servyoa can do a lot of damage with the drops. We saw it, he did a decent damage in the first game, but it wasn't a drop game. I mean, it wasn't a game that was decided by drops. It was that contained. So yeah, this is why I usually like to keep my Overlord over here, because I can still scout with it, and my Overlord will not die to a possible drop. And yes, Servyoa did some damage. He killed the queen, and right now he's retreating, and this is why it's kind of annoying for the Zerg. You always need to keep in mind that there is a medic vac around, and you need to always look for it, always look on the minimap. We see that Servyoa also destroyed the rocks at his own goal, and he still wants to do some more dropping, but he can't actually. The Banshee is still alive. You see, no anti-air for StuntR, and we also have Voro and pathogen glands on the way. but the goal will surely fall right now, and the StuntR wasn't careful enough to also take his fort over here. Sometimes it's a good idea to double expand, but look at what Servyoa is having right now. Without mutas you can't actually snipe the tanks, and the infestors are a bit too late, so there's the good game. If they, yeah, but it's still minute 14. It would have, with the maneuver, it still would have been pretty hard to, you will need at least 4, 5, 6 fungals actually to just kill